Hello everybody, this is Back Blast. This is Around the World in 80 Days. It's not called that, it's actually called 80 Days, but it's the same thing. It's day 73. Now, we've got 7 days to get from where we are back to London, and we're in Panama. We've got the whole Atlantic to get across and America to get across in 7 days. So let's see where we're up to. I don't think we're going to do it, but let's just see what the adventure brings. So, Panama City seemed a town perpetually on the edge of a disaster. A great number of inhabitants had emigrated to California during the gold rush 20 years ago. Yes, they're called the 49ers, I know. Let's follow that. They'd left empty spaces which were quickly filled by new immigrants, creating a multiracial polyglot society. I went exploring. We need to find routes. I stumbled upon the construction of the Panama Canal. Great quantities of stone and dirt were being thrown into the air, undercut by the whistle of steam escaping and boilers rumbling. As I watched, a tall, sharp-eyed fellow in pinstripe suit glared at me. "You here to watch or work?" I'm a visitor. I'm not working today. I need to be moving, really. He's the crew leader. I don't like watching at my dig site. He pointed to one of the steam shovels. "Get in." Okay, well, why not? Might make some money. It might have been. I might have been enamoured by the enormous power of the steam shovels. "Gesner Jr. will lead you right," he pronounced with finality, caressing the bucket of the great machine. Did you create him then? I confess myself impressed. "I designed all the steam shovels, but Fanchon gave them life. She's headed back to Haiti tomorrow morning. I don't know what I'll do without her." Okay, so Fanchon, Haiti. He nodded towards a tall black woman who was checking the fuel barrels, occasionally dipping a finger in a tiny black substance and tasting it. Enough talk, time to dig. I examined them closely before selecting the most worn handle and easing it forward. The winch squealed and began to raise the boom with a vibration that I could feel in my bones. After a few cautious experiments, I fell into a rhythm, raised the bucket, scooped it back to earth, unload, rumble forward. "You're a born excavator!" Gesner showered me with praise. "Are you sure you've not done this before?" As I worked, I saw the woman called Fanchon move away from the site. Oh dear, if she was an artificer, perhaps she would be useful, but my shovel would not be stopped and slowed, and I worked until evening. Let's have a look at my options. She was going to Haiti, which would be over here somewhere, wouldn't it? Havana, Port Royal, Port-au-Prince. This is what I need. I need a short hop across here. Otherwise, I'm heading up to Acapulco, which arrives Sunday. That's really my only option, isn't it? When does it depart? It departs tomorrow. We have to pass the night here, I'm afraid. My days are disappearing. I strolled the streets only to find myself face to face with Fanchon, the engineer. "Excellent," Gesner had pointed out to me at the works. "Ah, the visitor from France," she smiled lopsidedly. "Have you come to take back your canal? It will not be so easy." She raised her fist playfully. "I was told you were leaving town," I said. She nodded. "I am indeed. I have she smiled, "a little craft of my own devising, but it needs a few parts. You know how these things are. Is it a fast craft?" "Fastest, when she works. My master and I are going around the world," I declared. "How exciting for you," she replied, though I do not think she meant it, and her eyes were moving away into the middle distance. Perhaps we could travel with you when your craft is repaired?" She looked at me as though judging my character by inferring the way my parts fitted together. "As I say, it will take some time to repair, or some manpower." Time and manpower. I both realised by one thing. We are but simple travellers, I told her. I am a simple engineer, with, sadly, expensive tastes in the parts I use. I'll ask my master. "Very good," she replied. I bid Madame Fanchon goodbye, at least until we decided whether we could afford such help as hers. I made my way back to Monsieur Fogg and find myself accosted by a group of Panamanian dynamite blasters. They're mixed of city boys and Chocho immigrants from the villages. You are united by the dislike of the Haitian digging crew. They seem keen to talk. "We're leaving Panama before our blood ends up in the vat. You should leave too if you have any sense." "Where are you headed?" Making for Tabatinga in the Amazonas. It's going the wrong way. Chaffo gave me a considering look. We may have some space for men of talent and determination. No, thank you. If I forgot it, I would not accidentally suggest it to Monsieur Fogg. Yeah, we don't really want to be going that way. Bogota. Look at that, it's in the middle of nowhere, Tabatinga. What forgot today then? So there's two routes going. £8,000! But it arrives tomorrow. I haven't got £8,000. I haven't got 8,000. I just... Altered. I haven't got £8,000. We just haven't got it. Acapulco arrives Sunday. We've got to. Ugh. We've got to. We've got to be moving. One could hire a CALECHE to travel the length of Central America, along which a good quality road had been established. There was only one curiosity. No one else making the journey? The depot from which we hired our vehicle was entirely automated, filled with slightly rusting carriages. What if we encounter an unexpected obstacle? I demanded of my master, or a gap in the road. I am confident the makers of this device will have considered that, he replied as he stepped forward. Come! Would that I shared his confidence, my friends. Let's have a look at the news. Cholera spreading from Manila aboard airships. Yes. On the map, the road to Acapulco seems to trace a hairline route along the curve of Central America. I half expected the CALECHE to teeter left and right between the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. But the carriage was soundly made, hardly rocked at all. A relief, since we were mostly on mountainside roads with long, uncharitable drops, mere inches from every turn. The steering was automatic, another plus, since I did not want to take responsibility for driving at such speed. A gauge installed by the crafty builders of the mechanical horse showed the distance to our destination. I suppose it was only approximate, based upon the turning of the wheels. We rattled along in this contraption, my master and I, for once, absolutely alone. Our second day, the carriage screeched to a sudden halt. Someone had lain a log across the road. I looked about before getting out. Saw nothing of interest beside the scrub, the rocks, and the bandits. Oh, the dust. Monsieur Fogg looked at me expectantly. He was right, of course. There was no option. I got out. As soon as I was in view, I heard a shout. Don't move, we're taking your vehicles. Show yourselves, I called back, whirling about. I'm unarmed. A lone figure rose from behind a rock, sighting along the barrel of a gun. Just want the vehicle, he called in a thick Mexican accent. Don't want to hurt you. Don't want to hurt you, but I will. Where are you going? I demanded. Perhaps we can give you a ride. The figure took a few tentative steps down the hillside, and that was when I noticed Monsieur Fogg creeping through scrub around the back of the CALECHE. Let's try and keep him talking. You must have been waiting here a long time, I said. We have water. Surely you're thirsty. But do you care if I'm thirsty? Demanded the figure. Monsieur Fogg was creeping ever closer. A gesture of friendship, I replied. We mean you no harm. Monsieur Fogg had now scrambled a little way up the mountainside. He was behind the figure. What his plan was now, I could not guess. I could hardly imagine him braining the bandit with a rock like a caveman. Stay there, I said. I'll bring some to you. Stay back, he said, suddenly alarmed, perhaps sensing the balance of the situation was shifting. At that moment, Monsieur Fogg stood up directly behind the figure. I covered my eyes. Now then, my master said, perhaps we can all get on with our journey. The figure whirled about to face Monsieur Fogg, and I rushed forward, knocked them both down. A bullet fired, went harmlessly into the air. I'm going to help him up. Now then, we keep the gun, and you should be on your way. The lady removed her kerchief and tilted her head. Where are you going? Oh, so now you want a lift. It depends, where are you going? Acapulco. It's none of your concern. She shrugged, sat down in the middle of the road. I would like to go to Acapulco, which is where this road goes. Perhaps you will run over me. Let's get in. She removed the kerchief and spat. Very well. Together we moved the log from the road, all boarded the CALECHE. Rode in stony silence to Acapulco, Mexico. We completed our ride into Acapulco. The lady's name was Catalina Barraza, and she was going nowhere. Instead, she was running away. What from? The working conditions in the factory where I'm employed. I hear there's a better life to be had in Acapulco. No longer care to try it out. How did you end up halfway? I was not midway. I'm from San Miguel. Oh, of course. We rode the rest of the way in silence. We were grateful to disembark the CALECHE and stretch our legs. Conch shell. Right, get rid of the conch shell. Conch shell. Yep. Anything else? What's that do? Sugar cane. Okay, we've already got a rifle. We're not shipping guns around the world, thank you. How do I move that across? There we go. Okay, I think that's that. So day 76, we're in Acapulco. Let's explore, see if we can find a way out other than San Francisco. The French had a tenuous hold on the Mexican port of Acapulco. The bay was crowded with ships firing upon each other, and airships rained fire and misery down upon the sloped-roof buildings. French soldiers fought Mexicans in the smoke-wreathed streets. I missed a T and an R out. We decided to explore the city and find a better way to leave. The docks? Across America? French across America? Let's keep away from the fighting. A risky venture considering our white skin would mark us as foreigners in a besieged city. Still, I had little desire to set myself between two armies, and I hoped we could avoid the clash of soldiers altogether. We'd not gone far before we were scooped up by a Mexican patrol of irregulars, led by the smiling Madame Gonzalez Pinar. You don't look like French army, she remarked in Spanish with a look of surprise. I don't think the army has this much luggage, I replied, gesturing with our cases. She frowned. You're a ridiculous man. What on earth are you doing here? We're going around the world. She broke out into wild, uncontrollable laugh. That's the stupidest thing I've heard all day. Thank you for it. With a rifle, she gestured to a side street. Go that way out of the fighting. How can we leave the city? I demanded. There are automatic carriages, even airships headed north, she replied. You should avail yourself of them. Leave this place before reinforcements arrive, for they will not welcome you. We'd better take her advice and leave Acapulco as soon as we can. So, what have I got? We can get up to San Francisco. There's San Pedro. We're a long way from everywhere. We've only got 4 days. We're not going to get across. Houston, New Orleans. Let's have a look at the departure. It's Sunday. We can get to Houston, arriving tomorrow for 600. That's pretty good, actually. It's fairly cheap, and it arrives tomorrow. That also arrives tomorrow, and it's 100. That's Saturday. That's almost a week away. It's Friday. Saturday. I've only got 4 days. So what day is it now? Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be the last day. Well, let's go. It's going now. What? 3 cases. We have 4. I could sell it for 17, and we can sell the monkey wrench. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. We'll keep that. And that's that. What? What do you mean, tomorrow? No, no, no. What do you mean I've missed it? That's pants. That arrives tomorrow, and that arrives Tuesday now. Right, we're going with... Right. Oh, good grief. Right, go. Just go. Just go. Oh. I've sold some things I didn't want to sell. Oh. Not that it matters, we've got 4 days. He swung down from a long rope ladder onto the muddy ground. Nimble, despite the long trained skirt that ruffled out from under her fitted jacket, she extended a hand to me, and I shook it, thinking her to be a modern sort of woman. Alas, her lip curled up in distaste. I am Captain Isabella Acisara, she said in Spanish. You're not American? American? Pfft, I'm no usurper. When I was a girl, the Mexican flag flew over California. Only for 20 years it's been American. Oh dear. Okay. So you're not Mexican there. So you're Mexican then. Captain Acisara clutched her rosary bead so hard I fear she would snap the thread. I am no Mexican. I am Mutsun. No idea what that is. But my people have lived here in what you call California for thousands of years. Ah, she's Native American. Lifted from the ground with a jolt and left behind the battleground of Acapulco. Let's talk to somebody. Hello, sort of sorry. Yes, I am enjoying our little ride. San Pedro to anywhere, please. Trains. Accidents. We don't want accidents on anything. Mother once took the Winnipeg and Duluth Railroad from Chicago to Winnipeg. Okay, so there we go. Dallas, Houston. On the subject of trains, I've heard one can travel aboard the Canadian Pacific, New York to Winnipeg, but the fare is worth saving up for. And Havana. We could walk across the water. Pay fantastic amounts for skyscraper blueprints from Miami. Ponta Delgada, well, hunting rifles from Ponta Delgada. That's Portugal. There's a regular service by air, but the fare's very high. So basically, I've only got 4 days. I'm not going to make it anyway. I'd be lucky to get to the east coast of America in 4 days. But just trying to get as many routes as I can on the map. The captain put a coal-stained deerskin apron over her finery and buckled her flowing train out of the way as the boilers rumbled to life. How did you get to be a captain? Because I'm a woman without a tribe and without land. My mother was forced into a Spanish mission and died of cholera. I will not be forced into a reservation by the Americans. So you take to the sky? In the sky there are no land rights to steal. It belongs to us all. Captain Acisara's expression darkened, at least for now. I went below when she was called away by a navigator and was immediately knocked over by a dark-haired woman holding a notebook in front of her face. She blinked down at me. I dusted myself with a shrug. Passport 2 at your service, madam. Didn't see you there, she replied cheerfully. I'm Mrs. Hunt. What is your opinion on the plight of the indigenous peoples of America? I just blinked. She stared back, eyes even wider. I'm writing a book on the subject. Handed me the notebook. Did you know that last year's Indian Appropriation Act made all Native Americans wards of the state? I did not. Well then, you must read my book once I've written it, that is. Madam Hunt snatched her notebook back. I'll be sending you a copy to the President when it's published. I look forward to reading it. She snorted. I'll be satisfied if he's the only one that does. It was day 76 with barely 100 hours remaining to return home. With no chance. No chance. Madam Hunt and Acisara had an animated conversation over lunch. Apparently the captain was transporting Madam all over the Americas, so she could interview various people for a book. Who did you interview in San Pedro? No one. We go one from here to San Francisco, I think. We go one from here to... Okay. San Francisco. And there... Captain will introduce me to Other Mutsun. She has a great uncle that fought the Spaniards, did you know? He's a terrible heathen, Captain Narcisara sniffed, but one day I will bring him to Christ. The lookout gave a shout and a whistle. We rushed over to the upper deck and saw the harbour of San Pedro gleaming before us. I kissed her hand with studied courtesy before we disembarked. Okay, Stetson hat could get us some money here, so let's get rid of that. Let's get some cotton. Can I fit anything else in here? Urban Traveller, Dusty Road. Doesn't really fit in, does it? Can I not fit this in there? Yeah, okay, we now have extra stuff. Bank Explorer, Explore. Let's have a quick look at the plan. What have I got? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Dallas. Departs for Dallas in 3 days. Okay. 2 days. It's not good, is it? Really? I mean, is this as far as we're going to go? I know, I've already got one. We were waiting near the wharf, looking out over the rolling Pacific Ocean in the new town area of San Pedro. We were waiting near the wharf, looking out over the rolling Pacific Ocean in the new town of San Pedro. We've got to walk into the old town. It's largely a wasted trip. Streets laid out in a well-ordered grid. The plots themselves were mostly empty, either half-built or half-taken down. Presumably, it's dying in the wake of the gold rush. A view which the dour-faced residents seem to share. Alonzo Horton will bring us right, one man told us. It's all about the location, you see. We tried building this city here, it didn't work, so he's rebuilding it all over there. He pointed back in the direction of the water. He's already fixed up San Diego the same way. And what's better about over there exactly? The man shrugged. It's hard to see, but when somebody has the conviction that Horton has, they must be right. Foolish words, surely, I thought, but then I remembered the circumstances under which I was on this particular adventure around the world and fell necessarily silent. You know, there's a inevitability about this, really. Mind the wallet. Our funds are running low. It doesn't matter, we've got 3 days. Do you not realise? It's Monday night. We've only got till Thursday. I mean, we could end in Vegas. Let's get to San Francisco. It departs tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9 AM, fishing boat, or Vegas. Finish in Vegas. Can we get to Vegas? Why can I not click on it? It doesn't say I can finish in Vegas. Okay. Tomorrow at 9 AM. It has to be, doesn't it? Okay. Right, well, day 78. Yes, indeed. Before the night ended. Yeah, let's repack and iron everything. Best prepare us for our upcoming departure. Let's go. Let's go. We're going. Let's go. 2 suitcases. We have 3. Get an extra one. It's our last journey. We went down to the wharf to find the route onwards, but it took us a few attempts to find a sailor who looked experienced and trustworthy and sober. We settled into a fishing boat whose name was Salvador, piloted by a Hispanic lady. "I named it after my husband," she told, as she slipped the painter and we pushed out into the water. "It's a fine boat," I told her. She smiled gently, a teary look in the corner of her eye. "He was not a bad man. He did not deserve his fate, senor." I gulped. "We're too far from the shore to turn back already." Captain Dolores, hold on tight now. Cheyenne? Any good? I've been told my childhood sweetheart helped to build the Canadian Pacific Railway from Ottawa to New York. Okay, New York. Let's have a talk about New York. The quickest way to New York from here is through Houston. Okay. New York, Washington. Anybody? Now they say the most efficient way to Washington from here is through San Pedro. Vegas, maybe. Dallas. Yes. It's day 78, 10 p.m. Boat scudded through the water roughly following the sandy coastline, rocky cliffs and shore. I looked out across the water at the coast passing by once more, struck by its vast size, and yet every inch was being struggled over all the time. One day, siege of Acapulco worsens. I know. The second day, Dolores stayed at the tiller through lashing rain. Kept my master huddled below, mopping the rainwater from his brow. Do not be afraid, master, I declared valiantly. I'm never afraid, my master replied. Perhaps the only time I've heard utter an outright lie. The storm lasted well into the evening. We lost several hours, but finally the wharf at San Francisco came into view. We land, called Dolores. Take the tiller. Yes, okay, I'm okay. Raced up to the back of the boat just as the captain already dived overboard, painter in her hand. She was surely lost, but no, her fears only lasted a moment when her head reappeared, bobbing like seals, and with strong strokes she swam to the shore. She looped the rope around an anchor ring and hauled us in. We docked and secured ourselves with 3 more lines. I got myself and my master ashore as fast as I could too, and I swore we would never travel with a fisherman again. Some of our possessions will sell. Let's get rid of this stuff. Let's get rid of it all. Let's get a bit of money back. Or we try to maybe spend an even... there's not a lot I can do really. I mean, we can plan. We can plan it. Arrives Friday, departs tomorrow. Why not? 110, we've got the money. So it's tomorrow it is. Tomorrow it is, we're going. Got to stay overnight. What am I going to do with my last night? It's the last day. San Francisco seemed less of a city and more of a ravenous beast bent on consumption of everything, even of itself. Within the ever-expanding city limits, enormous steam-powered drills and diggers flattened hills, straightening roads, reformed neighbourhoods, and dumping the resulting rubble and stone into Mission Bay. I headed towards Chinatown to eat. It was a warren of crowded wooden and brick houses, temples, businesses, herbalists, laundries, and market stalls selling fruit and flowers. I was interested in conversation, so I decided to approach an older man in European clothes who offered me a cup of green tea when I introduced myself. You're very well dressed, I remarked reprovingly. A most excellently cut jacket. He chuckled and smoothed his crisp shirt. Many of my friends, they say, Lynn, you talk to foreigners, you wear their clothes. And I say to them, I am American now, and you are too. He pointed at a young man with his hair in a queue. Look at him with his old-fashioned hair. There is a law against it here. But he wears it like that, the fool. What a ridiculous law. But that is your tradition. Why is there a law against it? I asked. It hurts no one, surely. We must let go of our old culture, Lincoln. We are American now. But you are Chinese American. Why should you give up everything for the American dream? As we lay down to sleep, Monsieur Fogg murmured, today is day 80, Passepartout, we have failed. Do not lose heart, I advised him. Indeed not. We must still return home, and as fast as possible. Well, okay, so it looks like we're still travelling home. Anyway. So, what have I got? That arrives tomorrow. Salt Lake City. Embark. Okay. Back on trains. As we started, almost. We were lucky to arrive in San Francisco just in time to catch the inaugural journey of the Transcontinental Express, which would take us to New York in 8 days with only a handful of stops along the way. Monsieur Fogg unfortunately was not feeling lucky, having eaten some rather speculative oysters in the afternoon when away from my watchful eye. Yeah, let's stay well away. Relations have strengthened slightly. Let's converse, because we want to find routes still, don't we? So, Omaha maybe? Omaha? You can get from Ottawa to Winnipeg. What about when you get to sort of the east side? But I suppose you don't have any idea who my father is? Apologies, no. Oh, don't worry, you will. Okay. Most generous. Let's talk about Chicago. People of Chicago are moving their houses around on steamrollers. Really? Can you get to Burlington from there? Seems unlikely. How about Washington? Okay. Goodbye. I didn't like him very much anyway. You know who my father is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I think we're going to leave it there. We've failed to get around the world, but there's still a journey to be had. Do I carry on? Do I carry on? My heart's not in it, really. It must be the same for Passepartout and Phineas Fogg. Dejected at not quite making it. But they must get home. So I think I'll do maybe another video or two just to get them home. But for now, we're going to leave it there. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know what you think of this game. Leave some comments in the comments if you wish. I hope that you like my channel. If you do, please subscribe. Have a look through the rest of the other playlists that I've got. I've got plenty of other games that I've been through, and I hope you find something there you like. I've been Backblast. I'll see you next time.